Howard with One Light Community, and this is our third Touchcast. This is August 31st, and before we begin, I just wanted to also say that I'm really excited because all of our sermons are now on iTunes podcast. So if you don't have a podcast, get one. It's usually be on your media player, and you can just subscribe, go to iTunes and look up One Light Community, and we'll come up. And our first, my 6 relationship teachings are up on there, and you can download any of those, and they'll do it automatically through the subscribe. All right, so this week, this Sunday, I talked about how Jesus is the fulfiller. And some of the examples we used was Peter when he was filling his nets with fish, right? Jesus said, put your net over there on this side. And they had so many fish that he couldn't even pull it out of the water. And so that's kind of a description of who Jesus is. Jesus is our fulfiller. He doesn't do things by halves. He goes above and beyond. And we looked at the passage in the woman of the well. This is in John 4. And in the woman of the well, we kind of saw how the woman just had this case of the somedays. She really didn't want to deal with her issues right now. She was saying the Messiah would someday come and explain all things. And she didn't want to deal with her issues at that point. And so it's like when you say someone has the case of the somedays, I would be thinking about her. Like someday her life will work out. Someday when the Messiah comes, he'll fix everything and fix all my problems. And I think for us, it's the same way. It's really easy for us to get into the case of the somedays, where we expect one day, not today, but one day in the vast future, we're just going to get zapped and everything's going to happen and be wonderful and we're going to get married and be completely fulfilled. But that's not what Scripture says. And Jesus actually talks about, when she's talking to the woman in the well, that fulfillment comes from, well, he wasn't talking to the woman, he was talking to the disciples, but that fulfillment comes from doing the will of the Father, doing the things that God has set up for you. Right? Not being focused on the some days, but doing every single day the things that God has called you to do. And so you made a commitment if you were here in the service. And, God was speaking to you, asking you, what is it that he spoke to you? Remember this week. And remember the commitment that you made to him. Maybe to stop doing the things that you were doing that was wrong. Repenting of those things and asking for forgiveness. But maybe doing new things that that will draw you close to God. So remember those things as you go about this week. Don't be the same person walking in here every Sunday after Sunday. Continue to grow. And I just hope that you guys have a blessed week. And we're really excited about this Touchcast, and I hope you are too. So I'll see you next week.
So close, it's so far from you, baby.